This is the NFL on EA Sports, and this is Paycor Stadium in downtown Cincinnati, Ohio. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Las Vegas Raiders and the Cincinnati Bengals. Alongside Greg Olson, I'm Mike Tirico. The kicker has us set for the start. And we are underway at Paycor Stadium. He'll come across the 20 and take him down at the 21-yard line.
Their own 21-yard line.
Here we go. 11, 180. Race up. Stop.
They'll run it for the first time with Case Brown. And he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and taken down right away. A loss of yards. What a message on the first play.
Brings up second and 12.
You spend all week on your opening script. What are the plays that allow you to find a rhythm and have some early success offensively? Well, in this case, that first play you drawn up sent you going back the wrong direction. How does that change this play caller's approach to the ground game going forward?
Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. And it'll be third down.
Let's get set. Can. Stop.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. To the outside, it's looked in by Chase. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain, and that'll set up fourth down. On the return is Tucker. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over.
At their own 31-yard line.
Bowers, the man in motion. On the ground, here comes Ashton Genty. And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game.
Second and 12.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Now, faking the give. The blitz overwhelms the offensive line, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. They'll look to throw. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down. Davis to return it. But this turns out to be a solid return. They finally get him to the ground.
50-yard line.
Here we go. Stop.
Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. That one intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
On the ground, it's Genty to start the drive. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
No chance at all. He'll go down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And he's going to be out of bounds after a pickup of about 4, but that is enough to keep the drive alive. First down.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that first down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Let's go.
Run out of the gun for Genty. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like we might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
Bowers the man in motion. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He's going to let one go, looking for Myers. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete. Jacoby Myers was the intended target. And third down coming up. He'll look to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down mark.
Well, if that was a pickup on first or second down, you'd be thrilled. But here on 3rd and long, just doesn't quite get enough to pick up the first down, and it's going to bring up 4th.
That is taken at the 10. Now a hit, and he lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery.
You know, it's so hard to say what goes wrong on these bad snaps, Mike. You know, sometimes it's mechanics, sometimes it's concentration, sometimes, frankly, it's just bad luck and things go sideways, but he puts a little bit too much juice on it, ends up out of the punter's reach, and now they're heading back to the sideline, knowing they just put their defense in a really bad spot.
And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere. Once again, it's Genty. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's third down.
Well, they certainly didn't allow the loss on first down, Mike, to scare him out of this run game here on second down. But now after taking a loss on first and second, it puts him in a tough spot here coming up on third down.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. Going for it all. Tries to get that one down the field, but it is incomplete. He was looking for Jack Besh that time. And that'll set up 4th down. Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders will take a 3-0 lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line.
On one, ready?
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
11, MT, take. Here we go.
Here's Brown. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 2.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Ball on the 39.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 8.
Wide 80. Wide shot. Shot.
Burrow now. He'll set up the screen to Brown. He's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the 1st down. A pickup of 8.
A gain of 9 yards.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's get set. Shot. 11, mighty. 11, mighty. Shot.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That's going to be incomplete, and it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
3rd down. And
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
12, 12, 12. Shot.
Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. Short one into the hands of Gesicki. And to be taken down with the 1st down as time will run out on this opening quarter. It's Bengals football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with 1st and 10.
Here we go. 180. 11 MT. 11 MT. Shot.
A carry here for Brown. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the Raiders' 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Here we go. 180. Shot.
Quick throw there on the RPO is broken up. And no time to get the separation there. And the incompletion is going to bring up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. Here's Daniel Whelan now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. Oh, big hole left side. He's inside the 30. And he's going to bring this one back. 92 yards. Touchdown, Vegas.
Daniel Carlson on for the point after.
Carlson able to knock through the extra point. And the Raiders are out to a 10-0 lead.
Nothing.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
Here we go. Right, 80.
Burrow now to throw on first down. Quickly, this one out to Chase. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. From the 35, here's second down and a yard.
Here we go.
Burrow. That's complete. Jermaine Burton. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove. And there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way. Every play they call, you're wide open. And you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Eric Stokes, the man there defensively to break that one up.
So pretty clearly you knew what this was going to be. They walk out with 5 receivers set, nobody in the backfield, and the entire stadium knows this ball is being thrown in the air. So let's give a lot of credit for the defense. They don't panic, force the incompletion, and it's a really nice play.
And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be fourth down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
The field goal unit staying put. They're going to line up and go for this on fourth down. He's got a man. That's Watson. And he's into the end zone. Christian Watson cut down Cincinnati. His 4th TD grab of the season. Austin Seibert now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board. It's 10-7.
Bengals 7.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
He'll drop to throw. Throw right side is taken in by Besh. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 9. Back to throw. He's got his man. That's Besh. A gain of 18 for number 18. And a first down. 1st and 10.
And the Raider first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Gonna get that complete. Jacoby Meyer. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down.
He's tackled at the 30-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
They'll throw out of the gun. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
That's good for a Las Vegas first down. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Las Vegas.
And that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's one of those balls where the quarterback wishes there was a string. The second it came out of his hand, he wished he could just pull it back, because from the moment it left his hand, that looked like a sure interception. And the only reason it wasn't because the defender just flat out dropped it.
And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yards. 3rd and long. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. To the left side, it is caught by Myers. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. They got 14 there, didn't get it by much, but they do pick up the first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Got his man at the 6. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Ashton Genty. Touchdown, Raiders.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Makes the score Raiders 17, Bengals 7.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line.
Here we go. Wide 80. Wide hot. 11.
A first down throw for Burrow. Open left side is Gesicki. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a first down.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop at 45 seconds to go until halftime.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
11.
Now a second down throw for Burrow. To the left side in the hands of Watson. And he is out of bounds down at the 21.
And the Bengals
Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football.
First and 10
Here,
at the
he's got a
21-yard
first
line.
down.
Let's get 12, 12. 180, 12, 12, 12. Stop.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. That's to the end zone where it's incomplete. What a job in coverage, muscling that one free. It'll be second down now.
And 10 at the 21-yard line.
Gun. Dot. 11. Dot. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. Dot.
To throw is Burrow. He'll swing this one out to Brown. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10.
Gain of 14 yards.
They get 14 yards and set up first and goal. Well, a chance to get right back in it here.
11, 11.
First down and goal.
Here we go. Big 13. Big 13. Dot.
Here's a run. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. The ball a little closer now. It is second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
Dot.
Back to throw. Burrow. It is brought in the end zone. T. Higgins. Touchdown, Bengals. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. But let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here, going into halftime, changes this entire game.
Oh, do you believe it? It's no good. That is his first extra point miss of the season. Halftime, coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. He fields it at the 8. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
Take over first down 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here we go. Hawk 70.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll try to set up the screen to Genty. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
On the set.
So, first and 10 here now at the 38.
Here we go. Set. Track. Trap 60.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let one go, looking for Myers. He gets free. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
So, Mike, the second that ball came out of his hand, I held my breath because when you are late, especially throwing the ball out towards the sideline, it is not going to end up good at this level. And the second he saw that ball in the air and broke on it, he had 6, and all he had to do really was make the catch, and then he was just off to the races, and it was nothing but green grass out in front.
The kick is good, so add one more, and it will take a first-half lead into the locker room.
Raiders 17.
3 points, all that separates these two sides as half number 2 kicks off. This is fielded inside the 5. Crazy. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Let's go. Hiking 18.
Right back to the air following that pick six. Oh, and they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
When a defense has speed to the ball like this group does, it makes these wide receiver screens really challenging because all those fast linebackers and defensive backs that are chasing the ball carrier, the offensive line are the ones responsible for them, and sometimes that's just a speed mismatch, and they can't get out front.
And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 33 yards. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
19, Tiger, 19.
He'll look to throw. That is intercepted. Picked off by Jamari Connor. And the Bengals force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27-yard line.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind. We're trailing. We're going to come out early in this second half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out onto the field a little earlier than expected, but they need to hold serve and keep this score right where it is.
T. Higgins, the intended receiver on that one. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go. Wide 80, dot.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. Backs to his big tight end, Gesicki. They get 20 on the connection, and the Bengals going to have a 1st down.
That's good.
1-1, ready?
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard
Here we go.
line.
Dot. Dot.
On the ground, it's Brown. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the
Here we go, here we go.
39-yard line.
11, 11, 11, 11. Dot.
They'll run here with Brown. What a run. He brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
So they move inside the 20. 1st and 10 at the 18.
Dot. 11, MT, tape. Dot.
Now Brown. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Burrow here on 2nd down. A quick slant taken by Chase. And he will score! Jamar Chase. Touchdown, Bengals.
Like we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page, Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. To throw here to begin the drive. Oh, a nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
It almost seemed like the defender was getting the play call sent into his helmet, just like the quarterback, because he knew the play before they even snapped the ball, and that play had no shot.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll find Genty out of the backfield. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Raider first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
Back to the air one more time. Again, they target Pittman. He's got another catch. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
So as the saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
They'll look to throw again. Throw right side is taken in by Beck.
Number 18, Jack Beck. Out of bounds at the 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw yet again. Flushed to his left. Off he goes. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a first down. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. A ball deep for the end zone. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And it'll be 2nd down. Here's a handoff to Genty. And he will not be able to get free. Picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
He'll drop to throw. He's got it inside the 5. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. It's a gain of 29, and it's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Genty. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards. From back at the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal.
The 2-yard line.
In motion comes Pittman. They'll send a man in motion left. But the fullback trying to power it home. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
It's 3rd down and goal to go.
So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Two plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal. Back to throw. That's hauled in at the 2. And he will score. Game on. Touchdown, Vegas. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown.
His kick is good.
Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Here comes a return from the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over.
24-yard line.
Let's get set. 180.
Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. That's complete to all the tight ends. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 29
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
2-yard loss.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. 20 yards on that pass play. It's a Cincinnati 1st down.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up 1st downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
They get 21 on that one. And the Bengals going to have a 1st down.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
Here we go, here we go.
Right back to him on 1st down.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Here we go. 180.
2nd down. Burrow. Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch. 17 yards on that play. It's a Cincinnati 1st down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left. And it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Let's get set. Cut.
A run now on second down. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Chase Brown. Touchdown, Cincinnati. That's his third rushing touchdown of the year. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a two-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a two-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, it is Trey Tucker. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Right away, they'll set up to throw. They'll try to hit him with a screen. This one going to be sniffed out, thrown up in the backfield.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That is brought in. And he will take this one in. 72 yards. Touchdown, Vegas. Carlson now for the extra point. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the fourth quarter. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. A return now from the 4. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there.
Their own 25-yard line.
On point, ready? Here we go, here we go. Right, shot.
A first down throw for Burrow. Toward the middle. That one caught by Watson. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
13 yards on the play.
13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard
Gun.
line.
Cut. Cut.
On first and 10, Burrow. He'll take a shot for Watson. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Falls incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Mike, with this guy's speed, he's not an easy target to overthrow. So that's one of those where they're telling this quarterback, throw it with everything you got. Just lay it out there. And more times than not, he's going to run under it. But
oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Fuller. And he's going to give his guys a short field to work with and a chance to take the lead. This is first and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll complete that to his fullback. And he will get into the end zone. Hunter Lipke. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders have taken a 4-point advantage.
34.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This will be returned from the 2. Get across the 20, mark them at 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here's first down.
Here we go. Hey, can.
Burrow, RPO, get it to Chase. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. Double as good there. They get the first down and save a timeout.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Right back to Chase. He's got it again. Now he's loose down the right sideline. And he will go all the way. Jamar Chase. Touchdown, Bengals. That's his second touchdown of this one. And he's got a half dozen for the year. Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal.
The kick is good. Makes the score Bengals 41, Raiders 38.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
Their own 35-yard line.
They'll run here. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Second and 6 coming up. They'll drop to throw. Oh, man, open downfield is Thornton. A big one here in the fourth quarter. And even 30 yards.
First down.
And it's the arm talent, Mike. It's on full display. His ability to step up in the pocket, get everything behind that ball, and throw a laser downfield. That's not a throw that all quarterbacks in the NFL are capable of making, and I think it was pretty good defense. Just turned out to be a better throw.
They'll look to throw here on first down. As caught left side by Bowers.
Complete to number 89, Brock Bowers. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up second and 3.
Second down, they need 3. They'll look to throw. This throw right side pulled in by Pittman.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. This is caught at the 2. Fighting for the goal line. They're going to stop him just short, but he has picked up the first down.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with first and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
Trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he's going to come up short. Now, second and goal. Here we go. One final play. As this is going to be a touchdown. What a finish they win it on the final play. So this one, a win for the visiting Raiders. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one.